sports.
We are the fourth. We are so.
On a cool and drizzly night here in Philadelphia, it's time for Braves baseball. Tonight, it's Game 2 of our 3-game series from the Bank Vault. Braves fell 4-3 last night. They'll try to even things up tonight behind Jaime Garcia. Hi again, friends. 4-3 was the final score in Game 1 of the series. A lot of late opportunities once again, Joe, for this Atlanta offense. They're hitting home runs. That's the good news. Bad news is most of the homers are solos, and they're wasting some great opportunities for Freddie Freeman to put up huge numbers.
The way Freddie Freeman's swinging the bat right now, you'd love to have some guys on base in front of him. You know the run production would be up for the Atlanta Braves, and maybe the win-loss column would be a little bit different. But Freddie, 7 homers, 9 RBIs, 4 total at-bats with runners in scoring position at this point after 16 games. Are you kidding me? And 15, as you said, 15 of the 18 team home runs have been solo shots. So the Braves, number one, they've got to get some guys on base. They got to get some guys on base in front of their hot hitters, who are right now Freddie Freeman and Brandon Phillips, and try to get some runs driven in so that they can get on the win column.
Brian Snitker says the Braves offense is this close to clicking. We hope that'll be the case for Jaime Garcia. He'll face Jared Eichhoff and the Phillies next. Pest control. It's a gray, chilly, dreary night here in Philadelphia. A light rain is falling as we get set for first pitch between the Braves and the Phillies. Atlanta fell 4-3 in Game 1 of the set here last night. One of the keys to the Philly ball club and their victory last night was excellent defense. Odubel Herrera made a terrific catch up against the center field wall late against Jace Peterson that saved extra bases, and had it not been a windy night, it might have been a home run. Saunders and Altair flank him in right and left. Franco, Galvis, Hernandez, and Joseph around the horn. Cameron Rupp is behind the plate. And the Phillies have another terrific arm going in Game 2 of the series. It's right-hander Jared Eichhoff.
This is a guy you probably hear the least about. Eichhoff's 26 years old, 6'4", 250. He was part of the deal that sent Cole Hamels to Texas. He came, Eichhoff, from the Rangers. His last 10 starts dating back to last season, a 2.79 ERA with 9 quality starts mixed in there. Against the Braves, he's made 6 starts with outstanding numbers, 2-1, a 1.54 ERA, and what you're going to see from him tonight is a dynamite curveball, one they've encouraged him to throw more.
And this is the Atlanta lineup he will face. The Braves have dropped their last 4 games in a row. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Adonis Garcia gets another start in the 2-hole. He was 2 for 4 last night. This is perfect weather for him. He homered in the rain yesterday. Let's see if he can make it 2 for 2 in that statistic today. Of course, Freddie Freeman, as Joe mentioned, Freddie with 4 at-bats with runners in scoring position this year. To put that in perspective, Emilio Bonifacio, as a pinch hitter, has had 5 such opportunities. Kemp, Markakis, and Phillips. Then Flowers, Swanson 8th, and Jaime Garcia pitching and batting 9th. Braves are 2-7 so far on the road, and as you see, it's a cold, raw night. Obviously, they feel there's a window to get this game in, and hopefully the weather will cooperate tonight and again tomorrow afternoon when we wrap up the series and then make our way up to New York for our second set with Terry Collins and his New York Mets.
I have a feeling it's going to be drizzly wet all night. There might be heavier rain that is to come, but it's a wet track right now.
So Ender Inciarte will lead off. He's the Braves center fielder. Ender went 1 for 4 last night. He had a 4th inning double, stole a base, and scored a run. And Eichhoff ready to go, and his first is whacked into center. Herrera going back and makes the catch just shy of the warning track. 1 pitch and 1 man out. So here's Adonis Garcia. He's our Bringing the Lumber feature presented by Yellowwood.
I don't know how anyone saw where this ball went last night. It was raining so hard, but give the umpires credit. They got themselves in a position to watch it wrap around the pole. That was incredible on the split finger pitch from Neris.
His 2nd homer of the year. And Brian Snitker again told us after the game he likes what Adonis did last night, so he's going to leave him in the number 2 spot. See if he can get on in front of Freeman, who waits next.
.90-92 on the fastball from Eichhoff. Hitters so far this year are just 4 for 30 off his curveball. Good downer.
One thing Eichhoff doesn't do often is walk right-handed batters, but he's behind 3-0 to Garcia here. And that one found the mark.
He's walked 6 guys. 3 came in the 1st inning in his last start against Washington.
And he's battled back to a full count. Herrera shades Garcia around slightly toward right. And now the payoff pitch is fouled away at the plate.
Eichhoff has a record that is not glittering here at Citizens Bank Park. It's 7-8, but he has an ERA that's 2.99, and that's outstanding here.
And he is their version of Julio Teheran. They just don't score runs for this guy.
Right.
3rd lowest run support in baseball since his big league debut. Bouncing ball toward Galvis, who charged, picked, and flicked to first. 2 down. So Inciarte flies out of the first pitch. Garcia works a full count, rolls out to short, and now Freddie Freeman's the batter. A mammoth home run here last night, and the Phillies broadcasters were raving about the length of Freddie Freeman's shot here at Citizens Bank Park. And remember, the wind was blowing in.
Yeah.
And the tail of the tape was 425 feet off the second deck facade in right field. Ball one.
Now, when you consider there were probably 3 or 4 other balls that would have gone out on a normal night, his went out by a huge distance.
Freddie 6 for 16 lifetime against Eichhoff with a couple of home runs. That's popped up over by the Braves dugout. That's into the seats. 2-1 your count.
For those of you that missed it last night, Cameron Rupp already reaching for a new baseball, and that one you might say went long distance up there.
Yes, it did. Hellickson knew it too. He took his cap off, mopped his brow. And that's about the only mistake he made. He was terrific for the Phillies last night. Excellent changeup for Jeremy Hellickson.
There was that hook from Eichhoff.
And Freeman takes a walk with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Matt Kemp. I wouldn't give Freddie much to hit either. And Freeman walks for the 11th time. Matt's looking for his first hit since he came back from the disabled list. He's 0 for 8 in that stretch. That looked a little odd.
Looked like he stubbed his toe
on
his stride.
Pulled that pitch wide. 2 balls, no strikes.
This guy's stuff is so good. They'll be happy to hit in good hitters counts all night. He's gone 2-0 to the last 3 hitters.
There's the breaking ball. It's interesting. You hear all the time pitching coaches, managers, scouts say you've got to command your fastball. And Eichhoff's is certainly good enough. But as you said, they want him to throw that excellent breaking ball even more than he did last year. And a slider is fouled away. 2-2.
He doesn't throw a straight change too much. It's almost like because the curveball is a hard downer, it's almost like he uses his slider as a changeup.
So Freeman at first, a 2-2 count for Kemp. And Freddie just back. Nick Williams, Jorge Alfaro, Jake Thompson, and Alec Asher were the players that came along with Jared Eichhoff in the deal for Cole Hamels. The Phillies are thrilled with that deal. Pitch is smoked up the middle, a base hit. So Freeman will gallop into second base. Kemp's back with a hit. And the Braves have a 2-out rally working here in the first inning.
That hopefully will get Matt going. He and Eddie having a good lap as he gets his first hit since coming back. Fastball, 2-seamer that came back to him.
I have a feeling Eddie said, "Hey Matt, nice to meet you. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been here." So Nick Markakis is the batter. With all the difficulties Freddie Freeman has seen getting runners in scoring position, that's not been the case for Nick. He's had a lot of chances in spots like this. And 32 2-out RBIs with runners in scoring position last year.
He's one of those guys that hit one last night that on a normal night might have gone out. I asked him before the game. He said, yeah, it felt great, and I thought maybe it had a chance.
Wind not blowing quite as hard now, and the rain is all but stopped. Pitch. Again, Eichhoff pitching behind in the count. And a red-hot Braves hitter, Brandon Phillips, waits next. Two and two.
See, there was the slider that was a little off speed and had Nick out front.
A lot of deep counts for the Braves hitters in this first inning. Eichhoff's about ready to throw his 23rd pitch.
That's good, especially after he had 2 out, nobody on.
A walk, a single, now a 2-2 count for Nick. Strike 3, a curveball. So the scouting report right on the money for Jared Eichhoff. He strands a pair in the top of a scoreless first. Phillies in the home half. Philadelphia starts play at 7-9 tonight, and they'll take aim at Jaime Garcia, who again looks for his first Braves win.
There are his lines for his first 3 starts, and one of the things you notice right away are the walks. 7 walks against only 8 strikeouts. He's got to be careful of that tonight. Try not to issue too many free passes. His 4 keys to pitching success: he's given up 4 home runs, all to right-handed hitters, and a lot of it on sliders. He's got to have a sharper slider tonight to be successful. Left-handed hitters, well, there's 1 in there, but there's a couple of switch hitters in there that don't hit lefty as well, right-handed against lefty pitchers as they normally do, and one of them is Hernandez,
who had a big 3-hit night last night, scored a couple of runs, and he is a threat to bunt. Saw that last night too, and he showed it with the first pitch. Hernandez has more bunt and infield hits than any other player in the big league since the start of play on opening day last year. With 39 of them. And there's a good pitch. Hernandez didn't get it. It's 0-2.
I think you have to put Hernandez somewhere in the top 10 of most improved players in the National League over the last 2 years.
No swing. Hernandez took it in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's doing what a leadoff man ought to do. He's on base a lot, scores a lot of runs. He's racking up the hits. 8 multi-hit games already for the Phillies' second sacker. And now Garcia brings home the 1-2 pitch. And it just missed. You mentioned that slider that Jaime's had a little trouble locating. He's given up 9 hits, including 2 homers on the slider so far this year.
And usually it was all 4 homers have come to right-handed batters, and usually on pitches where he's tried to throw that slider to the back foot and left it out over the plate. And I can think of Giancarlo Stanton, who hit 2 of them.
So a full count. And it's slapped to first. Friendly hop for Freddie Freeman. He's got it. And Hernandez is the first out. Here's the rest of the Phillies lineup. Pete Buchanan's their skipper. Aaron Altair is getting a chance to play because Howie Kendrick's on the DL with an oblique. Odubel Herrera hits third. Franco Joseph Saunders, a lefty who's had good luck already in this series. Galvis, Rupp, and Eichhoff. And that is the Phillies Toyota starting lineup. Aaron Altair 2 hits.
Players really like their manager, Pete Buchanan, since he took over near the end of the 2015 season.
Ball 1 inside. Yeah, Ryan Sandberg was the last manager for the Phillies. It just didn't work out for Rhino. And Pete Buchanan, who has been an interim manager before in Philly and Pittsburgh, took over the Phillies club and got the job on a permanent basis. And he's in the same spot that Brian Snitker is. The Phillies and Braves on parallel paths as far as the overall organizations are concerned. Trying to win as many games as they can at the big league level, but with an eye toward what they hope will be a very promising future. Both these franchises really like their farm systems.
I would compare both of their personalities favorably to one another, Snitker and Buchanan. Easygoing, calm underneath. I mean, calm on the exterior, but churning underneath and patient.
Ripped out of play into the third deck by Aaron Altair. You mentioned Altair got hurt last spring, had a bad wrist, slumped badly in the second half when he came back. Phillies weren't sure if he could handle the outfield every day. That's why they went out and got Howie Kendrick and Saunders. And now he's making the most of his playing time with a .360 average, and he just took strike 3 over the inside corner for out number 2. So Jaime Garcia's gotten the first 2 Phillies in order. Odubel Herrera is their center fielder, and hitting next, here's the Atlanta defense. Kemp, Inciarte, and Markakis. Freeman and Garcia infield corners. Dansby and Brandon Phillips, who had some fun in the middle of the infield last night again, and Tyler Flowers back behind the plate. Herrera 1 for 4 last night, hitting .263 for the year.
Jaime pitched one of his better games of the year last year against the Phillies. We know and remember the one he pitched against Atlanta in September where he was outstanding, but he had a 7-inning 2-hit shutout game against the Phillies last season. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Lifetime .282 ERA against them.
Little tapper, perfect spot. Flowers has it. No chance. And that is a play that stung the Braves last night. The Phillies had 2 infield hits that brought home 2 runs, and those proved to be the difference in the 4-3 Philadelphia win.
This ball didn't go anywhere. It hit behind the plate and spun forward. Boy, was that luck.
So Michael Franco's the batter. He's the Phillies' third baseman. 3 homers, 13 RBIs. And he drove in a run last night. That's scorched into left field. So back-to-back hits for the Phillies in their half of the first inning, and Tommy Joseph, their first baseman, is going to come up with Herrera at second, Franco at first.
We talked about Franco a lot last night about how he has this open stance and still wants to pull everything. So if you're throwing him a breaking ball or a fastball, anything that's coming to him to the inner half of the plate, that's what he wants. That's what he will rake. You've got to make him with that open stance reach for pitches away from him, outer half.
Joseph's 1 for 9 this year against left-handed pitching and hitting .212 for the season. First chance for the Phillies to score a run tonight. We've seen Jaime have a little trouble in the first inning. He's given up only 1 first inning run this year, but 27 first inning runs last year with St. Louis.
Right. Last night it appeared that Joseph was trying to go to right field, hitting the ball hard the other way against a lefty. Let's see if he's doing the same thing.
Not with that swing.
Nope.
And to your point, look at where Freddie Freeman's playing. I mean, he's a good 6-8 feet to the right of what would be a normal first baseman's position.
Well, I thought there were some pretty good approaches used by their hitters last night against Bartolo Colon. They were trying not to pull quite as much and hit the ball the other way, and it paid off for them. Joseph was one of them.
Phillies had 11 hits. All of them against Bartolo in his 7 innings. And Flowers with a great stop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies fired up. They finally won a series against the Mets. Only their 3rd winning series against New York in the last 18 they've played. Last night they snapped a 7-game losing streak head-to-head against Atlanta. And a little tapper hit toward Dansby. And he'll make the flip to first in time, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Brandon Phillips is coming up for Atlanta. No score early here in Philly. And that's Brandon Phillips.
Use a little SpongeBob around here. Pretty damp.
Brandon's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot feature tonight.
He's got a great on-base percentage. Maybe you think about batting him second. Get him on base in front of Freddie Freeman some.
Brandon 1 for 4 last night. And he pops the first one up toward right field. Joseph backs up, gives way to Cesar Hernandez at the line. 1 pitch and 1 out. We've talked a lot about the nagging injuries that the Braves have had. It's not just Atlanta, where teams all around Major League Baseball are suffering through the hamstring strains, pulls, all of that kind of stuff with the cold weather early. Atlanta's no stranger to that. Kemp and Flowers. And this real tragedy for Atlanta at the time of those 2 injuries, those were the 2 hottest hitters on the team.
Yeah. Especially for Matt at that time. He was the only guy really swinging the bat for the Braves. 8 for his first 16 with a couple of homers.
And the guys he was doing it against.
Yeah, right.
The Mets staff and Ivan Nova in Pittsburgh. Bouncing ball toward Galvis. Friendly hop. Low throw, but Joseph dug it out. And 2 men are down.
They were working with Joseph yesterday before batting practice. They had one of the coaches, it might have been Juan Samuel, standing at second base with a fungo and hitting not ground balls, but 2 hoppers and making him field short hops and practice that. Paid off for him right there.
Former catcher is Tommy Joseph. And he handled that chance cleanly for the second out. Here's Dansby. Another Brave that needs to get going at the plate. He was 0 for 3 last night. Has 2 hits in his last 28 at bats and is 3 for his last 40 since his home run. Now, in fairness to Dansby, he's not striking out all the time. I mean, he's hitting the ball hard and hitting some line drives, but keeps hitting the ball at the opposition.
Sure does, right at people. There's that hook. Boy, it is a real good one.
Rolled foul, will do it again. A ball and 2 strikes.
Coming into the game, left-handers were hitting .227 against Eichhoff. Right-handers only a .136. That tells you anything about the effectiveness of that curveball on right-handers.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 9 pitches for Eichhoff in the second after 23 in the first.
strike out to end that half inning, and you heard Chip mention that he's hitting the ball well. He's making good contact. It's just being unlucky right now. He leads the team in line drives and line outs. His 11 line outs tied for the most in baseball. When we asked him about what's going on, all he told us was baseball. He said his dad told him, I reported this yesterday, but it's so good, I gotta say it again. His dad said they have been playing in those spots for over 100 years. Learn to hit it somewhere else. And Chip and Joe, I'm not worried about Dansby. I think he'll get back on track here pretty soon.
Everybody goes through these types of things, Kelsey, and it's a shame it has to come at the beginning of the year for Dansby in his first full season in the big leagues, but he'll get it ironed out and he will start finding some holes. As everybody's been saying, he's not letting it affect his defense. He's played real well at short.
Michael Saunders leads off the second for the Phillies. Left-hand hitter who's 4 for 8 against left-handed pitching so far this year. Michael's played in Seattle. He's played in Toronto. He was a 20-homer man last year and was there for the taking. The Phillies got him because their outfield production was a real weak spot for them last season. And like Toronto, this figures to be a very good hitter's park for a left-handed hitter.
He'll strike out a lot, but he'll hit a few in the seats too.
Tyler couldn't hang on. We'll do it again at 1-2. Galvis, then Rupp in the Phillies second. And a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Saunders is strikeout victim number 2. And a good start for Jaime Garcia here in the second. 1 out.
Look at the location of this pitch. This breaking ball down and away off the plate and down out of the zone. That was a beauty to get the lefty to chase. It's the same pitch he can make to right-handers, including Franco, if he buries it down and in. He just can't leave it out over the plate.
So here's one of those switch hitters you talked about for the Phillies that has not hit Garcia well. Freddie Galvis is 0 for 9 against him in his career. And took a fastball over the outside corner.
Yeah, and so far 2 for 14 against left-handed pitchers.
Slowly hit toward Brandon Phillips. 2 outs. And Cameron Rupp is the big Philadelphia catcher. He was 2 for 4 in the game last evening and batting at even 200. Popped up. Nick Markakis near the line is there, and Jaime has a very easy 1-2-3 second. He'll lead off. No score in game 2. Braves have a couple of games coming up with the Houston Astros on May 9th and 10th at Minute Maid Park. And Houston's got a terrific team here in 2017. Braves and Phillies, game 2 of the series. Cold, drizzly night. Fans bundled up and under the umbrellas on this raw night.
A lot of people think Houston has the best team in the American League.
They've got a 3-game lead in the AL West over the surprising Oakland A's. Houston 12-5 so far this year. Jaime Garcia leads off. Ball 1. No swing. Eichhoff ran up his pitch count in the first inning through 23 pitches, only 9 last inning, and he's way behind the Braves pitcher here.
Take a pitch, see if he can throw one over the plate. Still got one left. And Jaime swings it pretty good.
That's headed foul and into the seats. It's still 3-2. A swing and a miss. It took 7 pitches for Eichhoff to take care of Garcia. That's his 3rd strikeout, and we go back to the top of the order. Three 3-ball counts, 6 2-ball counts for Eichhoff the first time through the Braves lineup.
That's good. Making him work even on a cool night. Pitch count really ratcheting up on this guy. 6 innings in his last outing against Washington.
Ender, though, was not a man that had a deep count. He swung at the first pitch, hit the ball hard, drove it to straightaway center, and Herrera tracked it down.
Yeah, he had 2 first pitch outs, Ender and Phillips.
The top 2 spots on the Braves lineup card collectively this year entered play tonight with a 197 batting average and 29 strikeouts. Outs are going to happen, but that duo, or trio I should say, Garcia, Swanson, and Ciarte hasn't been a very patient bunch. They've combined for just 6 walks. And again, the way Freddie Freeman is swinging the bat, you want as many people on as you can in front of him to take advantage of that young man's power. 2 balls and a strike. Base is empty. We're in the 3rd.
You don't find too many guys that use their slider as their off-speed pitch, but already tonight it's been effective.
Breaking ball, bounce to Joseph. He'll take it to the bag. 2 outs. Last night it was Hellickson's changeup that gave the Braves problems. Tonight It's Eichhoff's curve and slider combo.
And the curveball is certainly something they knew about just from watching video, from having faced him before. But I'm not sure that everybody was locked in and ready for that slider in the way he's using it. There it is again.
And don't misunderstand, this guy's not a junk baller. I mean, he's got a respectable fastball, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That one was at 92.
Just not that many good curveball pitchers anymore.
Two balls, one strike. And bouncing ball up the middle. Galvis has it. Off balance throw and a pretty play to get Adonis Garcia. Phillies are playing excellent defense. They've made just 4 errors this year, and Galvis took away a potential infield hit.
Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Atlanta Braves.
Joe Simpson, Kelsey Winger, Chip Carey, and our great Fox Sports crew with you from Philadelphia. No score. Home third. Eichhoff, Hernandez, and Altair are coming up. Eichhoff is 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts at the plate to begin the season. And that one skipped off the plate. It's 1-1.
Pretty good pitch.
A little pop behind the mound, and Adonis will swoop in and make the basket catch. And Eichhoff is the 5th Philly retired in a row. That sounded like, and his swing made it look like that ball was hit a lot harder, I guess.
Sounded like he hit it with the Sporting News, and I guarantee you his hands are burning right now. As many infield hits as they've had, I was worried this was going to be another one.
So Jaime's gotten all the leadoff men so far tonight. Here's Hernandez, who bounced out in the opening inning. There's another dribbler. Flowers has it, throws to first, and got his man. Enough's enough on those plays for the Phillies in this series. Hernandez looking into the Philadelphia dugout along with his first base coach Mickey Morandini, who's celebrating his 51st birthday today. Let's see if he gets a gift on replay.
Looked like a cutter running right in on his fists. Good play by Tyler to pounce on it. Brian Gorman, the umpire, looked like he got it right. No appeal.
Altair struck out in the opening inning. Garcia set down 6 in a row now. Another pop up. And that one's well out of play. Jaime's been very efficient so far, just 35 pitches. Now he's a strike away from turning things over to Freddie Freeman in the 4th.
I know, as you said, that Altair struggled a little bit in the second half last year after he had come back from injury. But I like this guy. I like his bat. He's got good bat speed. And if he's their 4th outfielder, then that's a solid 4th outfielder once Kendrick comes back.
Popped him up. Foul ground, plenty of room for Freddie Freeman. And back-to-back 9-pitch innings for Jaime Garcia sends us to the 4th inning. Freeman, Kemp, and Markakis. It's game 2 in Philadelphia. Glad you're with us. with fast-paced pick-up-and-play MLB action packed with all your favorite ML teams, players, ballparks, and more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at rbigame.com. Freddie knows all about RBIs. Home runs, too.
You'd like to know a lot more about RBIs instead of having to lead off innings.
Freddie has 23 hits this year, 12 of them for extra bases. Seven home runs this month. His career high for homers in any month is 9. Set in last August's blistering run after Matt Kemp was acquired. And they gave him almost nothing to hit in the first inning, and Eichhoff is trying to crowd him here at the top of the fourth inning.
Exactly. Just to try and maybe work that curveball away from him, keep him off the plate some.
Launched into the seats. We'll do it again, 2-2.
Oh, Freddie wants that one back. 92 down the middle, and he was a little late on it. 162 game schedule. Well, last 162 games, not too shabby, huh? 40 homers, 96 driven in.
Would you take that in late September?
Uh-huh.
Eichhoff got away with one a moment ago. Now is 2-2. The Phillies were one of the teams that Freddie absolutely wore out last year. 25 hits against Phillies pitching. The only team he hit harder was the Mets. He had 30 hits against New York. Full count pitch. And he takes another walk.
Good leadoff man, Will.
So 12 walks this year for Freeman, 2 in tonight's game. And Matt Kemp, with a base hit his last time up, has a chance to chase Freeman around here in the fourth inning. First time a leadoff man is reached in the game. And now the Braves cleanup man will try to do just that. We've said this before too. Here we are in game 17 of the year. It's odd in this regard. There were so many off days that the Braves had in the first 11 games of the season. The 4 different opening day ceremonies that Atlanta dealt with, 3 on the road, and of course the opener at SunTrust Park. And then you factor in the disabled list stint for Kemp, the time off for Tyler Flowers because of his hamstring. I know we've talked a lot about rhythm and how important that is for any offense to have. There hasn't really been an opportunity for that.
No.
For this Braves team.
No, there hasn't, and everybody's begging for some warm weather on the road. They had 2 games, 2 comfortable games in Miami, of course, at the end of the road trip. And they split those 2, but New York and Pittsburgh were not ideal. And I have to back that up and say that opening day in New York was a very nice, pleasant day.
Except for the guy you had to face.
Except Syndergaard was pitching.
Right. No balls, 2 strikes. And Kemp was straightened up.
It's not freezing cold tonight. It's just uncomfortable. It's that cold to your bone dampness that you just can't get loose. You can't stay loose unless you really keep moving around.
Curveball, and Kemp knew it. Man, oh man, is that a good pitch. we're raving about this guy's arsenal. We're going to have to talk to Don Sutton about Eichhoff's curveball. Don knows a thing or two about that pitch.
Look how it starts high, though. See, it comes out of his hand almost chin high. So you're ready to give up on it. It looks like it's gotten away from him. And then all of a sudden, boom, there it goes down.
Well, Seth Lugo of the Mets is supposedly the man with the highest spin rate on his curveball. I can only guess that this guy's is almost as good if it's dropping that much to a right-hand hitter. That was impressive.
If Seth Lugo's curveball was as good as this guy's, we'd hear more about Seth Lugo's curveball. We hear about this guy because he throws it for strikes and it's an out pitch.
One on, one out for Nick Markakis. He took a called third in the first.
Jim Palmer's in the Hall of Fame, had a curveball that started high, but he pitched high. He threw a lot of high fastballs. So when the pitch came out of his hand on virtually the same plane, it was hard to distinguish immediately which was coming. And then the curveball would drop like this guy.
He hasn't had great control tonight. A lot of deep counts, 2 walks to Freddie Freeman, but 4 strikeouts, and most importantly, no score.
He's sure concerned about Freeman.
Two balls, no strikes. And now Nick's way ahead in the count. Brandon Phillips is on deck. The wind has all but died down here in Philly now. And he got a green light and he hammers it to center. But Herrera is going to make the catch.
Once again, an atom ball. Boy, oh boy.
That was Troy Gloss's famous line with the Braves when he played here in Atlanta. Once you make contact, you're a producer, not a director. You can't always determine where the ball's going to go. And right now, a lot of Braves hitters that aren't finding any holes. Add Nick Markakis to that list as he's 0 for 2. And here's Phillips.
Whoever the Phillies had scouting, doing advance work on the Braves, they have learned their lesson before this series started about Brandon Phillips ambushing first pitch fastballs. They have given him nothing but a steady diet of off-speed pitches early in the count.
Freddie's running. The breaking ball is high. The throw to second is not in time. Freddie beats the rap at second. And the Phillies might take a look at this bang bang play at second base. And Pete Mackanin will wait for the Phillies clubhouse to tell him whether or not to proceed with a challenge of this call.
Not a great jump, but a good crossover step. Rupp got a breaking ball to throw on and a good pitch to throw on, but it was high and off the mark. Freddie went into the bag hard, and I'm wondering if that's why he's still on one knee after hitting the base so hard. He never came off the bag, at least in my view there.
And the Phillies apparently agree. No challenge. And Freeman has his second steal. And he held the bag for Phillips, who pops it up right side. That's into the stands. Well, wasn't that an amazing close-up shot of the second base bag as Freddie went sliding in? You could see almost every individual grain of dirt. With that high definition shot. Amazing.
Great technology.
1-2.
Yeah, that was close, boy.
Good thing he wasn't leaning out trying to protect on a breaking ball.
Well, when the guy throws a curveball, that's one of the things you're trying to do is hang in there, not give up on it.
2-2. Tyler Flowers waiting on deck. Let's see if Phillips can knock in Freddie Freeman with 2 outs. Right guy at the right spot. He's got an 8-game hitting streak working. The pitch is driven down the right field line, and the Braves are going to take the lead. Freeman scores. Phillips on his way to second, and he does come through with a big 2-out hit, and that's how you answer a brushback. Just inside the first base line, it's 1-0.
Talk about hanging in there, and it was a breaking ball, but not his best. Stayed out over the plate and hit hard. So the leadoff man, par excellent, Freddie Freeman, walk, stolen base, set up Brandon for his 8th RBI.
And now a 9-game hitting streak for Phillips and a lead for Jaime Garcia. 1-0 Atlanta. The Braves have broken through in the 4th. Let's see if Flowers can do something. Now Phillips trying to steal third base, is in a rundown. He thought Eichhoff balked, and was a balk called? Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Now Phillips, I saw him raise his hand in frustration as if the call was not made. But Brandon Phillips induced a balk. Trip Gibson was the man that called it. And Brandon's at third base with 2 outs, and Pete McCannon's out for an explanation.
Depends on when he stopped his motion to come back. You can make a spin move like that if it's all one part, if it's all one piece.
A little fire for Brandon Phillips, too.
Yeah.
He didn't like Michael Franco tagging him while he was trying to get to the third base bag there.
He isn't like this entire at bat after the pitch up around his face. Was he going home or was he coming back?
Eichhoff's not sure why he balked.
Yeah, I'm not either, honestly. It didn't appear that he was going home and changed in midstream to go back with the spin move. So maybe a break for Atlanta.
Runner at third now. Maybe Eichhoff will throw one of those breaking balls in the dirt. Not that one, though. Tyler took it for a strike.
Doubled up on the curveball.
Phillips and Franco still talking at third base. No balls, 2 strikes. No swing.
Nice stop by Rupp. Even after all these breaking pitches, still can't get beat by a fastball here. Behind in the count.
Driven hard toward right, and Saunders gallops over and makes the play. 2 hard hit balls by the Braves that were outs, and Brandon Phillips with a double down the right field line. A Freeman walk, stolen base, and a run scored puts Atlanta in front 1-0 behind Jaime Garcia. Post-game concert at SunTrust Park. Country musician Jake Owen performs, and for only $20 more you can get a VIP field pass to enjoy the show up close and on the field. Go to Braves.com/Jake Owen and get your tickets and field passes today. So the Braves have a lead, 1-0 in the 4th inning. Jaime Garcia will face the middle of the Phillies order. He's set down 7 straight men, and he's needed just 19 pitches to do that.
Keep that same pace going now that he's got the lead.
Herrera and Franco, the first 2, they have singles. Then Tommy Joseph, who's bounced out to short, follows third. One ball, 1 strike. At the knees, a perfect pitch. Adonis picks and fires to first. What a play.
Playing in on the grass, something like that, there's very little reaction time. And as Kelsey was talking to Terry Pendleton and Ron Washington yesterday about his improved defense, you're seeing an example of it there. It's actually a step or so behind the grass, and that helped.
8 up, 8 down for Garcia. Here's Franco. His single in the first, his first hit in the series. That'll be the best fastball of the night right there from Garcia. 92 miles an hour.
You can still throw the slider to Herrera, or excuse me, to Franco, but make it a backdoor breaking ball like that. That is off the plate and then starts coming back toward the outside corner. If you miss, so what? But he might chase, and he did.
Barely fouled that off.
Soft away, soft away. And until he starts driving the ball to right center field or over Markakis's head and right, continue to make him reach. Good pitch. Slider, bounced it. No worries.
Now the 1-2. Lifted to the right side. Freeman on the run. Foul ground. He's on the warning track and overran it, but still recovered to make the play.
That was a really good play.
Man.
When you're trying to hustle as Freddie is here to get to a spot where you think it's going to come down, and then you realize right here, uh-oh, I've overrun it. That is so hard to look back and still be able to judge where it is. That was a really good catch and adjustment.
How about the adjustment of more foul ground here in Philadelphia than his home park?
Yeah, that's way out of play. It's a souvenir at home.
So Garcia happy to have a second out. Here's Joseph. 9 up, 9 down for Jaime. Joseph rolled out to short his first time. And takes low. Ball 1. Joseph split time with Ryan Howard at first base last year. Both of those men hit over 20 home runs for the Phillies last year. And Ryan Howard's in the lineup in Gwinnett tonight. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It is low. Ball 3. Ryan Howard, a great slugger, proud member of this Phillies organization, but still feels like he has something left to show the baseball world. Braves are giving him a shot. And tonight, Ryan, as the DH in Gwinnett, is 2 for 2. And that's taken low. A 4-pitch walk puts Joseph at first, and Garcia is back to the stretch.
I know there are a lot of Braves fans and guys on this team that are anxious to see what Ryan can do and hope that he can find some form that would be a real contribution to this ball club. One thing that is not going to happen, though, when he gets here, he's not going to get number 6.
No, he's not going to get that. And he's not going to be playing at first base. But he could be a big-time threat off the bench, which we've talked about in the early weeks of the season. And with the Braves having 3 road interleague series coming up in May, perhaps an opportunity for Howard to do some damage if he's called up. Games in Houston, Toronto, and then 3 with the Angels in Anaheim at the end of May. Saunders struck out in his first at bat. Garcia's got 2 punch outs, 1 walk. And a bouncing ball. Freddie's got it, and he'll step on the bag. And Garcia gets out of the Phillies' 4th with a 1-0 lead. Dansby Swanson will get things started. Good start for Atlanta tonight in Game 2. Eight, 9-1 for the Braves coming up here in the top of the 5th inning. Dansby Swanson, Jaime Garcia, and then Ender Inciarte. And that just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. The Braves cashed in a leadoff walk and a Freeman stolen base. Brandon Phillips, after a brush back, doubled down the right field line to make it 1-0.
Dansby rake one of those breaking balls into the left field corner.
And it doesn't seem like he's had too many 2-1 counts during this stretch either. He's got one now. Zaikoff in the mid-70s with his pitch count. Nobody out in the inning.
Cut. Spoiled a pitch. Might have been strike 3. Good cut. And not one where he was just trying to ping it to right field.
2-2. And not close. Full count. You made an excellent point about that. Not just for Dansby, but any hitter. If that's all you practice, then all of a sudden that becomes a difficult at bat.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, well, anything middle in becomes a difficult pitch to turn on if you want to turn on the ball.
Sharply hit, and Hernandez bobbles, and Dansby's going to reach. Maybe that's the break that'll get him going. And that'll be a rare Phillies error, only the 5th committed by their team this year. And Swanson's at first to lead off the inning.
Yeah, take heart in the fact that you're hitting the ball solidly over the last 3-4 games at people. You're not getting any hits, but this ball was smoked. He had a good count, worked the count, and then eats up Hernandez with that one.
Garcia now a chance to help himself. He's got a couple of sacrifices. This one's bunted behind the plate. Strike one.
Oh, 2. You can't give up on that pitch, especially when you're bunting. Track it all the way.
That one stayed high. Braves have done an excellent job of working deep counts against Eichhoff tonight. 5 full counts. Now the 2-2.
Good hack. They're not sure what he's going to do.
Love it. Make him work.
Just trying to watch him as he's changing his grip and his glove out of the stretch. If there's anything the Braves hitters might be able to pick up, any kind of tipping of his pitches, especially when he's going to throw the breaking ball. Yeah.
Strike 3. Jaime can't advance Swanson. He's at first, 1 out for Ender Inciarte.
There it is again. Shoulder high. Give up on it, and he looked out. He wanted to tip his cap, but he couldn't.
Right. So 5 strikeouts for Eichhoff. And Ender Inciarte bats. He's 0 for 2.
Season high is 7. That was against the Mets in his second start.
1 ball, no strikes.
I love curveball pitchers. I think it's for guys who are power pitchers and try to throw their sliders as hard as they throw their fastball. It's really hard on their elbows. If you're throwing a curveball correctly, which is supposed to be softer and not as hard, it's easier on your arm than a slider.
It's kind of funny how pitch repertoires change by the decade. The 80s it was the split, then the 90s it was the hard slider. Now you see a lot of cutters. Maybe Eichhoff's bringing the curveball back. It's been an excellent pitch for him. Pitch. Out of play, foul, even count. One run, 2 hits for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits for the Phillies. Braves would love to cash in a leadoff error to put Dansby Swanson at first. Nationals won again today. They beat the Mets 3-1. Washington streaking. They've won 6 in a row.
Yeah, I think they only gave up 2 hits to the Mets, something like that. Gio Gonzalez and a couple of relievers.
Got to play foul. Well, the Nationals are catching the Mets at a good time. New York is really beat up. Braves hope to have similar fortune when we get to New York and start a series there Tuesday night.
Jose Reyes is off to such a horrible start. They were hoping that Wilmer Flores would step in and kind of fill the void, and now he's hurt.
He's got a knee infection and was actually hospitalized with that. Don't know if that's staph or not. But Lucas Duda is out. Darno's got that hand problem. Cespedes has a hurt quad. He's not going to play the rest of that series with Washington. And for Cespedes' hamstring, I beg your pardon, had quad problems last year. DeGrom had to miss his start yesterday. I think he was supposed to start today because of a bad neck.
Correct. He did.
So for the Mets, it's been a rough opening couple of weeks.
Telling you, all that hair that DeGrom has, I'm sure it's pulling his head back, straining his neck.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Ender took that one for strike 3 call. Four of the 6 strikeouts have been looking. And Adonis Garcia, the final hope. Mark Leiter's up in the Phillies pen. And pitch number 20 in the inning is a fastball away. Ball 1. Cubs beat the Reds 12-8 today. The Yankees clobbered Pittsburgh 11-5. The rest of the National League action is ongoing or starts later out west. Pitch. Get it. That is a wet infield. Look at how the dirt is caking on the Braves uniforms.
I noticed it on Freddie when he was at first last inning. And after he slid at second base, he couldn't even brush it off.
You come home looking like that, your mom's going to yell at you. So much dirt on uniform top. 2 balls and a strike. Popped up over near the Braves dugout, but no play. 2-2. Eichhoff is due up 3rd in the Phillies 5th.
I think his issues are more pitch count related than anything else. Just trying not to let him overdo it.
Runner goes and a tapper foul. Dansby will head back to first.
Got a good jump too. sometimes the threat of running, even though it was a foul ball, may force Rupp to call for a fastball instead. That will play into the hand of Adonis.
He got the fastball, but Garcia couldn't connect. And Dansby's left stranded after a Cesar Hernandez error. Bottom of the order up for the Phillies, down a run.
Hi, my name is Hallie. I am 10 years old, and my question is for Freddie Freeman. What is your favorite position and why?
Well, my favorite position is obviously first base because that's what I play, but if I could choose any other position, it'd be center field to make me feel like I was actually fast.
Well, we all know Freddie Freeman has a terrific arm. I thought that Freddie would say his second favorite position other than first base would be as a pitcher. He says center fielder.
I would have thought he would say third base because he played some third, I think, in high school.
He's doing just fine where he is. So is Jaime Garcia, who's going to work here in the home half of the fifth inning. Galvis, Rupp, and then you figure a pinch hitter. As the pitch count gets Jared Eichhoff tonight, he's allowed only one run. Galvis bounced out to second in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Phillies right-hand hitters only 1 for 10 so far tonight. And all the way to the backstop for an even count. Bunt try, and Galvis not out of the box. I guess it was called foul before he's making his way to first base. With the bat again.
It had already hit the ground when it came up and hit his bat the second time. That would not constitute a violation of being out of the box.
But it costs him a second strike.
You can see that, like Franco, he stands with a very open stance, batting right-handed. But the first thing he does is come back to the plate, start diving in.
Swing and a miss. Garcia starts the fifth inning with a strikeout, his third of the game. And here's Rupp.
Phillies have a left-hander up in their bullpen. He's the only lefty they have. That's Joely Rodriguez. Probably because that quintessential leadoff man, Freddie Freeman, is due up first next inning.
Can't stop him, only hope to contain him. Freeman's walked twice and scored once. Eichhoff is on deck. We'll see whether he comes to the plate after Rupp's at bat. He popped out to right his first time up and didn't get that. Strike one.
He's been good so far. Good command of his slider and locating his fastball.
One and two. Did he go? Yes, he did. Rupp didn't think so. Flowers retrieves the ball, makes the tag. And Rupp wanted an appeal, won't get it. And Eichhoff is going to bat for himself.
Oh my goodness, yes he did.
Eichhoff popped out to third his first time up.
With 8 relievers, kind of wonder, because there's 2 out, nobody on, he's just hitting to save the bench and might still come out of the game.
To third and foul. They have Andres Blanco, Andrew Knapp, who's a catcher, Daniel Nava, and Brock Stassi. That's the Phillies bench. Nothing in 2. Let's see if Garcia can finish off the 5th. Swing and a miss. He just struck out the side. 3 up, 3 down. Garcia's pitching well. Freddie Freeman's the only man to score a run, and he'll lead off the 6th for Atlanta next.
and it is a rain and cold night here in Philadelphia. But I'm going to heat some things up with some Braves minor league action. A lot to be excited about. Taking a look at our T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball break. In Gwinnett, Ryan Howard making his Braves debut, reaching an all-4 at bat so far, 2 for 2 with an RBI, intentional walk, and a hit by pitch. Ozzie Albies has hit safely in 13 of 15 games. Now down to Mississippi, Allard, Soroka, Weagle, and Withrow, all names you need to be excited about. Combined 12 starts with a 1.71 ERA. And in Rome, last night, listen up, 13 shutout innings from their bullpen and an 18-inning win. So Chip and Joe, I am very curious which one of those storylines intrigues y'all the most.
I'm going Rome, man. 18 strikeouts and 13 shutout innings in an 18-inning game. That was outstanding.
That's really almost impossible work when you think about it, as Joely Rodriguez will face Freddie Freeman. 2 walks, a steal, and a run scored for the Braves first baseman. And a blistering fastball tied up Freddie.
Mid-90s fastball and a slider from this guy. Again, they're only lefty in the bullpen. Someone wonder if you might need him later in the game in a tough spot.
Quickly 0-2. 98 pitches for Eichhoff. No run support for him again, which has long been a problem for him. Jaime Garcia's handcuffed the Phillies on 2 hits. And Freddie rips an 0-2 pitch the other way and has his first hit of the night.
It cracks me up. A couple of really blistering pitches inside, so I know what I'll do. I'll try to trick him and like throw a slider out over the plate.
Isn't that amazing? Instead of going with what works so well, I'm going to try to fool him, and bang.
Yeah.
Freeman a base hit.
And then slapped his glove like, I didn't mean to do that. Hey.
Matt Kemp a single and a strikeout. And he had a good cut. Of those storylines that Kelsey showed us, the Mississippi one is one that's intriguing to me. We had a major league scout talk to us about the Mississippi club, and when you talk about rave reviews from a scout from another club, I don't think I've ever heard a scout say what he said about the Braves starting rotation of any other minor league club in the big leagues.
Yeah, usually they're not given to hyperbole and don't buy into hyperbole of other teams' prospects. This gentleman was raving about the 5 starters at Mississippi.
1 ball, 1 strike for Matt Kemp, who taps back to the mound. Perfect throw to second and on to first. Isn't this game funny? Gives up a rope to the left-hand hitter, and then Kemp with a comebacker turns into a double play and clears the bases in the 6th. Scouts, when they look at those minor league clubs, they're scouting for the future, obviously. Maybe try to make a trade down the road. And what this scout said of the Braves starters at AA was his evaluation was major league acquire on all 5 of them. Now, that doesn't mean the Braves are going to trade them, but if his organization had a chance, he'd say try to get anyone, if not all of them, if you could. That is incredible praise. Two outs for Nick, who pokes that one foul for a strike.
Yeah, he said he had never turned in a report like that on one team ever.
Another comebacker. So after the hit to Freddie Freeman, Rodriguez a nice job. 2 comebackers, earns him 3 outs, and the top of the Phillies orders coming up, down a run.
Jaime Garcia needing to have better control of his slider. Well, he has had that tonight, and he's not made any mistakes with it. He's had strikeouts with his slider. He's had strikeouts with the fastball. Little defense played behind him. Change up there that got Galvis, and then a bad check swing from Rupp on another good slider. He's been sharp tonight.
Critically important pitch for Jaime Garcia. Last year opponents hit 167 when his slider resolved the at bat. Coming into tonight's play, hitters were 9 for 17 against that pitch. So marked improvement as he's allowed just 2 hits.
But he's not throwing it for strikes, and I say that as a compliment. He's not throwing it to the middle of the plate. He's throwing it to the back foot of the right-handed hitters and backdooring it to right-handed hitters and getting lefties to chase. He only had one lefty. That was Saunders. Chase it.
There's a base hit by Cesar Hernandez. He's having a terrific start to his season. And now the Phillies have action in the 6th with Altair coming up.
It's their first hit since the first inning.
When Herrera and Franco had 2 2-out singles.
Might have been a cutter.
Let's see how the Phillies play it here with Altair up there. You can see at first base as Hernandez gathers his lead. A lot of diamond dries out in front of that bag. Saw how much sticky mud was on the uniform top of Dansby Swanson as he got chased back to first a couple of times. So maybe a drier track for the Phillies, who are down a run. Another one of the Phillies righties that hasn't hit lefties well. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Missed. Good change. A little bit upstairs, but had him fooled.
One ball, 2 strikes. No swing. Flowers smothered that. Now it's an even count.
There's some times where watching Jaime deliver to the plate, and he's much bigger than Mike Hampton, 6'2", 215, but he reminds me a little bit of Mike.
Runner goes, and it's fouled at the plate.
You never know how things are going to turn out, but that was going to be a stolen base for sure. They were going to have the potential tying run in scoring position because Hernandez went on his first move and had a great jump.
Altair drives one toward left. Kemp on the run. That ball's going to bounce off the warning track. Hernandez on his way to third. He'll stop there, and Altair has doubled. And the Phillies are in business. Second and third with nobody out.
Again, you never know how it's going to turn out. That pitch was a hanger. First mistake he's made with that tonight. And fortunate that it stayed in the yard.
So Altair continues his impressive work in place of Howie Kendrick in left. And now Odubel Herrera comes up. He's 1 for 2. An infield hit. And then was robbed last time up by Adonis Garcia at third. Let's see if Jaime can get out of this mess. Strike one.
Braves are playing back except at the corners. They'd concede the run to get an out here unless it's hit to Garcia. And Freddie, even though Freddie's behind the bag at first, he's kind of creeping in as the pitch is delivered.
No balls and a strike for Odubel Herrera, the Phillies center fielder. And a base hit up the middle. That's going to tie the game. Altair around third is going to be stopped as Ender got to it quickly. 3 straight hits in the inning. It's a 1-1 score.
RBI number 5 for Herrera, who had been struggling against left-handers, but not there. And actually hit that ball too hard for Altair to be able to score from second.
Now Michael Franco is coming up. He is singled and has popped out. 3 straight hits in the inning, nobody out.
This after a great 5th inning in which Garcia struck out the side.
Both bullpens are busy. Josh Colmenter, the first man up and throwing for the Braves.
A lot of pitches up this inning. All of a sudden. Again, keep the ball away from this guy. Make him reach.
Garcia can't get it. Swanson did. Fires to second and got the force. But a run scores to give the Phillies the lead. It's 2-1. Adonis deflected it to the hole at shortstop. Swanson alertly picked it up and threw a strike to Phillips to get the opening out of the inning.
And I mean threw a BB over there to Brandon. Good stretch by Phillips, who turns into a first baseman on this play. Braves got an out.
But Altair scored to put the Phillies in front. And now Tommy Joseph's going to hit with a man at first and 1 out. Figure if you get the ball on the ground, you've got a chance to get a double play, and you end up down only 1 run. That would be a big time moral victory for Jaime Garcia. Big long swing, and Joseph missed it.
And a better pitch.
0-2. And Joseph swung and missed. And now the runner between first and second breaks and is in a rundown. Braves ought to be out of the inning. And Dansby's going to track down his man. And Franco ran himself and the Phillies out of the rest of the 6th inning.
Forgot how many outs there were.
So Joseph strikes out. A fortunate double play for Atlanta. The Braves live down 2-1. Base running mistake will help the Braves turn things around here.
Ball in the dirt. That's an out. The only thing I can figure out here is that somehow, some way, Franco just forgot how many outs there were.
So Dansby ran him down. That ends the inning with the Phillies taking the lead 2-1. And now Philadelphia has their 3rd pitcher in the game, and we have set a major league record for the most number of Garcias in a big league game.
Could be.
Jaime and Adonis for the Braves. Luis now for the Phillies, who's in his 4th game this year.
And he throws hard, upper 90s with a slider and occasional split.
Phillips, Flowers, and Swanson are coming up. And Brandon took a 98-mile-an-hour fastball high. Garcia might be a man they're grooming to be a big league closer. As this one's hit high in the air toward right, Saunders back to the track is going to have room. 1 out. Garcia is the all-time saves leader for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. As we mentioned last night, the Phillies have not officially said it's a closer by committee, but it is going to be closer by situation for them. Last night it was Hector Neris that got it done. Jeanmar Gomez has closed for them, and Garcia with 38 minor league saves at AAA certainly has the arm to do it. Maybe not the experience quite yet.
Good assortment, though, of guys to select from. Again, maybe one of those who's pitching the best right now.
Phillies relief corps entering tonight's play. 2 wins, 5 losses, a .477 earned run average. They've really been hurt by the home run ball. They've given up 15 homers in now 55, 56 innings and 20 walks in that stretch.
It's kind of what we heard about Washington's bullpen. He had a 6 ERA, I think, as a group, and came to town and pitched pretty well.
And 4 saves in 7 opportunities for Pete Maccannon's relief crew. All help appreciated, as it's now 3-0 to the Braves catcher Tyler Flowers. Dirty Dansby waits next. Right off his knuckles and out of play. It's a full count.
Big, strong guy. He's throwing upper 90s. Doesn't even look max effort. He's got a lot of Jonathan Papelbon mannerisms.
And ball 4. Flowers at first, representing the tying run. So here is Swanson. Dansby struck out in the second. Squared up a ball in the fifth that Cesar Hernandez couldn't corral, and Dansby reached on an error. He's 0 for 2. And he'll try to set the stage for Jace Peterson, who's grabbed the bat and is in the on-deck circle.
Got 2 catchers on the bench. Might be a time to think about pinch running for Flowers, too.
Offense for the Braves has been tough to come by, including tonight's game. In their last 5 games, Atlanta scored 11 runs and 29 hits. Tonight, 1 run on 3 hits against the Phillies, and down 2-1.
This guy may walk the tying run into scoring position.
Driven toward the gap in right center. Herrera on the run. Still going, still going. He got there and slammed into the scoreboard. And Flowers back to first. What an incredible catch for the second night in a row by Odubel Herrera.
If you're new to the Phillies, you probably wouldn't guess that this guy was a second baseman when they took him in the Rule 5 draft from the Rangers. Great speed, great closing speed on that ball that was slicing away from him, and still hung on to the baseball after the collision. That was a big league play in a crucial time.
Swanson hit it as hard as you can. Herrera just made a great play. And now Jace Peterson will hit for Garcia.
Another hard hit ball by Dansby that shows nothing.
One ball, no strikes for Jace Peterson. .82 pitches for Jaime Garcia. And now the 2-0 pitch. That stayed high at 97 miles an hour. Inciarte will be next.
Get over fastball there at 96.
Makes you wonder how anybody ever gets a hit in the late innings against these bullpens now. Now the 3-1. Up the middle. Galvis has it, and he guns to first in time, and that retires the side. We stretch in Philly. Great catch by Duel Herrera, might have saved a run. Phillies lead 2-1.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Let's go places. And SunTrust.
If you want to have an argument with somebody from Philadelphia, tell them what your favorite Philly cheesesteak place is. That's Jim's Steaks right on South Street, and it is delish.
It's really hard to go wrong,
right?
Oh yeah, that ain't Cheese Whiz.
We could use a couple of those right now.
Oh man,
great work by our remote cameraman Sean Farnham tonight in Philadelphia. He was all about town, taking pictures of this great city. As Eric O'Flaherty's on for the 9th time, he'll work the home half of the 7th inning with the Braves trailing in yet another one-run game. Atlanta's already played 6 of them. It's 2-1 Phillies in front.
got a lefty, and then Galvis, who has struggled against lefties, on deck. Braves do have other action in their bullpen.
Saunders 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight, and he looks at a strike. Eric last pitched on the 20th against the Nationals, didn't record an out. In fact, he worked in all 3 of those games against Washington.
Only 1 run allowed in his last 7 outings.
Braves pen 3-2 this month, a 4.56 ERA. They've kept the ball in the ballpark, just 6 homers. But they've had their share of walks too, 19 of them in 47 1/3 innings. Can't afford to give the Phillies any more. Down a run. And a 2-2 count for Michael Saunders coming up. To second. Brandon Phillips has it. And there's out number 1. Galvis 0 for 2. He is grounded out and struck out. Garcia 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs for the Braves, a walk, 6 strikeouts. He was cruising along, but 3 straight hits in the 6th inning when he started getting that slider up in the zone. The Phillies didn't miss it. 3 straight hits. And that's given them a 1-run advantage.
Ramiro doing a little house cleaning. It must have been a splinter off the bat of Saunders.
Bounding ball foul by Galvis. Strike 1. In the 8th, the Braves will have the top of the order coming up. To third, Adonis, and that is a foul ball. Galvis back to the box. 0-2. That one stayed fair. And Galvis is on his way to second with a 1-out double.
Garcia got him to wave at a changeup that was out of the zone away last time up. This was something down and in where all he had to do was drop the barrel on it. And able to keep it fair.
So that's going to be the end of the line for Eric O'Flaherty. A double for Galvis has him in scoring position for Cameron Rupp. Jose Ramirez was up and throwing in the bullpen. He's coming on for Brian Snitker next. Jose pitched in one of those games against Washington, 3 games against San Diego back at SunTrust Park, and he's been unscored upon in every outing but one this year.
And he has struck out at least one batter in 3 of the last 4 outings he's had. He just seems to be getting better and better and gaining confidence and throwing, as we said his last time out, throwing more strikes. He walked a batter his last time out, but that's the first time he had walked a batter in 8 outings.
So here's Rupp. He's popped out and was out on a check swing strikeout. Rupp is 0 for 2. Part of that growth I think you're talking about with Ramirez and him getting better and better. Key stat for a relief pitcher in this situation: how do you do against the first batter you face? Ramirez has come on, 9 first batters. He's retired 7 of the 9. 1 ball, no strikes.
Good on inherited runners too. 4 inherited, none have scored.
Two balls, no strikes. Runner goes from second to third. Flowers' throw is going to be in time. Galvis is gunned down at third base.
Perfect throw. Having to throw behind and over a right-handed batter and put it right on the base. Beautiful.
Tagged himself out.
That was great.
So we're up now a 3-1 count. That erases the base runner that belonged to Eric O'Flaherty. Now it's Ramirez versus the Phillies catcher in the 7th. He overpowered him at 98.
Tyler last year had a real problem throwing out base stealers. Not all of it his fault because pitchers weren't doing a good job of holding runners, but he's already 3 out of 7 catching stealers.
And downstairs, ball 4. And Daniel Nava grabs a bat. He'll come on and pinch hit. So Nava hits for Garcia, who walked a hitter in his inning in relief. And short bench for the Phillies. This is why Pete McCannon had Eichhoff hit for himself in the 5th inning. Save a bench bat, maybe more, for late in the game. Now he can start playing with his bench hitters. Nava's played with the Red Sox, Tampa Bay, the Angels, and Kansas City. Did not have a pinch hit last year. He's already 1 for 3 this year for Philadelphia. Nava went to college at Santa Clara University. He was playing for the Chico Outlaws in the Independent Golden Baseball League in 2007. The Red Sox saw him and signed him.
And remember what a splash he made in the big leagues. He came in and tore it up for about 2 weeks. It was really the story in baseball when he first got called up to Boston.
Made his major league debut against the Phillies June 12th, 2010. And what a splash indeed it was. A grand slam in his first major league plate appearance off Joe Blanton.
And he told everybody, I think in the dugout, you think this is stuff you ought to go to Chico and try to hit.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And he rips that one into the right field corner. Rupp around second. He's going to rumble to third, and he will be stopped. A second pinch hit for Daniel Nava. And boy, the caught stealing's looking bigger and bigger at the moment. Second and third, 2 outs. And back we go to the top end, Cesar Hernandez.
Crowding the plate, got a pitch down. Again, if it's up a little bit, if it's up in on his hands and inside, that's a good pitch. But down there, again, just drop the barrel and rake it. The fortunate thing again for the Braves was the base running. it was Rupp running. Otherwise, this might have been an RBI double.
So here's Hernandez. He's 1 for 3. That hit came in his last at bat in the 6th inning, and he scored the game tying run.
Remember those add-on runs we talked about last night and how they've been killing the Braves when opponents are adding on in the 7th and 8th inning? Here we are again. Jose's got to figure out a way to end this inning.
He's way ahead of Cesar Hernandez, 0-2. And he just struck him out, and that'll end the inning. The Phillies had a couple of doubles, a walk, a critical caught stealing helps the Atlanta cause. It's a 2-1 game as we head to the 8th inning with the top of the order coming up for Atlanta. And Joe and I will step aside and send it off to Jerome for tonight's big story. Howard. Hopefully he'll keep that up and make his way back to the big leagues with the Braves, who trail 2-1 now here at Citizens Bank Park, and a real challenge. The Phillies only have one left-handed reliever, and he's already out of the game. But now you've got to face a man that arguably has the funkiest delivery that we're going to see all year. That's veteran Pat Neshek.
And Pete McCannon feels like he's as effective against lefties as he is against righties in a way. I mean, it's like another lefty reliever, but not from the same side. It looks like, as Larry Anderson told us, radio broadcaster for the Phillies and a guy who was kind of a side armor himself, he looks like he ought to be a submarine pitcher with his delivery, but he's really not. I mean, he's bent over and looked like he's going to tie his shoe, and then all of a sudden he's throwing a pitch and nowhere near being a submariner. High 80s, low 90s, slider.
And this guy's had a terrific career. Bouncing ball to short. Galvis has to hurry. The throw bounces up there to Joseph, who snares it. And that hard infield work for Joseph pays off again. A nice scoop on a tough play. And Inciarte's the first out.
Going on the run and off the wrong foot. And a good pick by Joseph saved him.
Neshek's no kid. He's 36 years old. He's pitched with Minnesota, San Diego, Oakland, and then the last 3 years, one of which was with the Cardinals, the last 2 with Houston. 60 or more appearances in 3 straight years for Neshek. 12-10 record, 7 saves.
And he just got back from paternity leave.
And in that 3-year stretch, 162 strikeouts, 32 walks. in 197 innings. Excuse me, 197 games. That's pretty amazing.
His delivery's amazing.
He got hurt in high school, and that's how he developed this unorthodox pitching style. He went to Butler University in Indiana, struck out 18 in 2001. And the Twins got him in the 6th round in 2002. So what's the challenge for a hitter when you're used to seeing a, quote, conventional delivery? How do you adjust on the fly with a guy like Neshek?
The thing that's you got to adjust on this is that you expect it to have a little hump in it, like a sinker, like a submarining sinker baller. He's not necessarily that way because, again, he's not coming from down under.
He just got Adonis to swing and miss. 2 outs in the 8th.
Now watch, it looks like he's going to be Kent TeCulvey here, or Dan Quisenberry right there, but he's not. He's at least, his arm is at least shoulder high.
So Freddie Freeman has hit twice tonight with 2 outs and nobody aboard. He's led off twice. He's reached base 3 times, 2 via a walk. And that 6th inning single on an 0-2 count off Joely Rodriguez.
And a changeup over the top that was even a different arm angle. You know, he is a can of worms out there. There is no stopping this guy.
Ten pitches, 2 outs, a ball and 2 strikes for Freeman. He doesn't waste any time either. In the air toward left. Altair diving catch. And that robs Freddie Freeman. Neshek 3 up, 3 down in the 8th inning. The Phillies defense again comes up big. 2 terrific catches for their outfield in game 2. Share tonight, as have the Braves. How about this one from Galvis?
He's made a couple of beauties tonight. Freddie Freeman on a foul ball. Great adjustment there. Little 5-6-4 put out there. That double robbing play by Herrera off the bat of Dansby Swanson. A huge play in this game. Great throw by Tyler Flowers. Last inning saved a run. Hold them right there. Try to get something going in the ninth.
Altair, Herrera, and Franco are coming up for the Phillies. They lead 2-1 in game 2. There's a pretty pitch. Count even 1-1.
Made a great pitch to get the strikeout to end the 7th inning on that off-speed pitch to Hernandez.
It's another good night for Altair, the Phillies left fielder. He's doubled, he's scored, just made a great catch. He's 3 for 7 in the series. Way off the plate. 3 balls and a strike. And a leadoff walk. So a couple of walks from Ramirez tonight. And the Phillies have a fast runner at first with nobody out. Celebrate the first season at SunTrust Park with the inaugural Girls Night Out Friday, May 19th. Get to the park early for a pregame party with a live band at the new Coca-Cola Roxy, and then enjoy the Braves and the Nationals. Go to Braves.com/Girls Night Out for more information.
Not a good part of the order to be putting people on when you're trying to hold it at a 1-run deficit. First pitch fastball guy right here. Be careful. Starting with a change.
Good call. And a double play would be nice right here.
Yes, it would. Oh, double play.
Guerrero's 2 for 3 with an RBI hit.
Again, took a double away from Swanson with that great catch.
Close at first, but Altair is back safely. Series wrap up here tomorrow afternoon. Mike Foltynewicz and Zach Eflin will duel. We'll join you at 1 o'clock Eastern Time with Braves Live. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Flowers' throw is not in time. Swanson tagged Altair on the batting helmet, and he's got his second stolen base, and it's his second swipe of the year.
No chance for Tyler there. Got a good pitch to throw on, made a decent throw, but Altair had a great jump.
Did Herrera hurt himself with that swing? Took a long time, as he always does, to get back in the box, but Doesn't look real comfortable at the moment. Let's find out. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, that stance looks so uncomfortable. How would you know? But like a lot of guys who start in a very unorthodox way, he gets back into a pretty good hitting position. He has the big high leg kick that comes back to the plate.
And that's amazing. That's his front foot. How he doesn't turn his ankle every time he makes contact is amazing to me.
Well, his high leg kick's a little different than Ryan Zimmerman. If you remember from that series, Zimmerman's got a high leg kick, but he gets that foot down real quick and gets it planted and let his hands work. Herrera seems to use his as momentum into his swing. He keeps it up there till he's ready to start his swing before he puts his foot down.
Altair walked, stole second. Now it's a full count pitch for Herrera. And hit it for the seats out of play.
Rocks back. Got his foot down a little quicker that time, but was late on that pitch.
Herrera drove in 49 runs last year. Hit .286, played 159 games. Bouncing ball to second. Phillips has it. Herrera out by a quarter step at first. He wants the Phillies to take a look. At the very least, it's a productive out because Altair's at third base with 1 man down. We'll see if the Phillies challenge the call at first.
I thought they got him, but boy, that was so close to Ramirez gloving this and being able to cut the runner down at third. Out.
So here's Franco. Then you've got Joseph. Braves will bring the infield in as Franco 1 for 3 with an RBI tonight. A strikeout here would be terrific.
Yeah, but you've got to do some pitching. You can't just be a thrower here. You've got to hit spots on the outer third of the plate. Just like that. Man, that is outstanding. Right on the corner.
That's a classic watching the game and observing the game pitch. Right?
Yeah.
This guy that could come in and just say, hit my best fastball. That's not how you try to get this man out. And he put another one in the exact same spot.
Change up that time. Pitching. He is pitching. Now he's ahead in the count. Don't get carried away and think, well, I'll be able to surprise him in now. That's all this guy wants.
0-2.
Good try. Dansby and Adonis can almost reach out and touch each other. They're playing so far over to the left toward the line, knowing he's trying to pull.
Launched back toward the press box, out of play. Dubre Ramos is up now for the Phillies. One ball, 2 strikes. Popped up. Kemp is there. Altair at third is tagging. He's coming home. The throw to Flowers is going to be in time.
More good D.
Kemp the catch. The throw to the plate. And Flowers in front of the dish applied the tag to the chest. And the Braves are down 1 heading to the 9th. Wrap up this game in Philadelphia tonight. The Phillies lead 2-1 after 8. Great catch and throw by Matt Kemp and the tag by Tyler Flowers to keep it a 1-run deficit, as Atlanta will take aim at Edubre Ramos, who will try to save the win for Jorge Rodriguez.
That's right, and odd to see Ramos in there, except that Neris has thrown 2 days in a row, and last night had to throw a lot of pitches in and around that rain delay. You might remember when he gave up 3 hits and a run on the home run by Adonis Garcia. So we'll see how this works out. Ramos, like the rest of them, throws hard, mid-90s with a slider. Great play by Matt Kemp,
who leads off the 9th. Well, Pete Mackanin has been a man of his word. There is no preset closer for this Phillies team. I would guess that makes them tough to scout. Who do you get if you're trailing in the 9th inning? On one hand, and number two, it's an evaluation for the Phillies. Gomez, Benoit, Ramos, Neris. Heck, you can't pitch any better than Neshek either.
Right.
So if you're in that Philly bullpen, be ready. You might be getting the ball late. Tonight it's Ramos's turn. 1 ball, 1 strike. And low.
Neris threw 23 pitches last night, 17 on Thursday. The day off today.
Ramos gave up 2 runs against the Mets on the 19th. Jay Bruce hit a homer against him. So he might be smarting from that.
He's got good sinking action on his fastball, and he left that slider up. Fortunate to get away with it.
Ramos out of Caracas, Venezuela. And he just struck out Kemp with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 down in the 9th. Braves fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports Southeast and Braves baseball with you wherever you go. It's presented by Nissan.
Didn't you tell me the Braves were averaging about 9 strikeouts a game? Wasn't that the number last night?
Last night,
yeah.
They're about 8 now.
9 now.
I mean, overall, on average.
Oh, okay.
So they're 1 over the average tonight.
Good swing.
And again, last 5 games, Braves have tallied 11 runs and 29 hits total. Tonight, a run on 3 hits against Eichhoff, Rodriguez, Garcia, Neshek, and now Ramos.
And the top 2 guys in the order 0 for 8 in front of Freddie. Inciarte suddenly, after that streak he was on, 2 for 21.
No balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, froze Markakis. And the 9th inning is continuing the way the 1st inning started, with Eichhoff and his nasty breaking stuff. Same for Ramos. Braves Live is following us from Philadelphia. Jerome is standing by in our Atlanta studios with Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. Last hope is Brandon Phillips. He's the hottest Atlanta hitter. As far as a hit streak is concerned, Phillips with a 9-gamer working, an RBI double came in the 4th.
And again, they start in with an off-speed pitch.
Swing and a drive. That ball is belted deep left field, and Brandon Phillips knew it. A 2-out game-tying thunderbolt has tied the game 2 apiece.
Brandon Phillips has enjoyed himself tonight after that knockdown pitch up too close to his face. Followed that with a double that drove in a run, and now a home run to tie it. That was a 2-out lightning bolt on a hanging breaking ball. Matt Kemp missed his. Brandon did not.
Second homer as a Brave for Brandon Phillips. And all of a sudden there's life in the Atlanta dugout. 2-2 game in the 9th inning. As the Phillies pen allows its 16th home run in 2017.
Man, oh man, was that huge.
And think about the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings for the Phillies. First of all, Franco forgets the number of outs in the 6th inning, runs the Phillies out of more damage in the 6th inning. Galvis with a caught stealing in the 7th inning. 2 batters later, Nava doubles. They don't get another run. 8th inning, a walk, a stolen base, a ground ball. And then Franco with a fly ball to left, Kemp the catch, and a perfect throw to the plate to erase another Philadelphia would-be run.
Prevented the add-on run in each of those circumstances.
Popped up right side. Foul ground. Joseph takes a peek near the railing and took his eye off the ball, and that cost him.
he had gotten to the rail first, he had a chance to catch that ball. Swing on the house for Tyler.
Two balls and a strike. If there's any justice in the world, Flowers will reach and Dansby Swanson will come up and hit a rocket someplace.
Right. Oh, he's been hitting plenty of rockets. He's got to find a guidance system.
Out away. 3-2.
Tyler's fighting off some heat.
That man has tied the game with a long homer. Now another one for the Braves catcher Tyler Flowers. Here it is. Great battle.
He may break out that breaking ball here, 3-2 now, but a little reluctant to do so after the hanger to Brandon. Now they'll try it.
8th pitch of the at bat. That one is in the dirt. Flowers didn't get it, and he will be struck out. And that is the Atlanta 9th inning. A 2-out solo home run for Brandon Phillips keeps the game alive for Atlanta. 2-2 is your score in Philly.
Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer and the Georgia Lottery.
Another terrific ball game here in Philadelphia. Brandon Phillips has had a big night, and he's given the Braves life in the bottom of the inning.
I tell you what, they kind of disturbed him tonight and woke him up, and he has come back to haunt him Freddie Freeman has a base hit. He's 1 for 2. Jaime Garcia pitched great for 5 innings and struck out the side in the 5th inning before running into trouble in the 6th. Jared Eichhoff also, really his pitch count got the better of him. What an awesome curveball he had, and he struck out 7 in 5 innings.
So the Braves go to the bullpen for a 3rd time. This time it's Arodys Vizcaino for the 9th inning. Arodys is in his 9th outing of the season.
He went an inning plus, an inning and a 1/3 in his last outing on the 20th against Washington. 0s across with 2 strikeouts. He's only had 1 rough outing.
Joseph, Saunders, and Galvis are coming up for the Phillies. Joseph 0 for 2 tonight. I mean, this is a game that the Phillies are, at least from the base paths perspective, we're trying to gift wrap for the Braves.
Yeah, we talk about the good defense. Well, there have been some base running errors tonight for them.
So Arodys has got to hold him in the 9th and get the Braves bats back up there for the 10th pitch. That ball bounced in front of the plate.
Well, he swung on another one that went to the backstop pitch before that.
And that's exactly the kind of swings he took his last at bat. JT Riddle can hit that pitch, but Tommy Joseph can't.
Right.
0-2. And another one. And Joseph is down on strikes, and I think the Braves have found something on the Phillies' first baseman. 1 away. Here's Saunders. Be careful with this guy. He's got big time home run power. Does not have a homer this year. That's upstairs at 98. Saunders an all-star in the American League last year. 32 doubles, 24 homers last season, knocked in 57 runs. Quite a find for this Philly club, starving for outfield offense. And he's way ahead. 3 balls, no strikes here.
Yeah, he's not generally a guy prone to walking either, but nothing's been close on the first 3. But he is the type guy who will unbutton his shirt here 3-1 and try to win the ball game.
Wind has picked up again. It's blowing straight in. 3 balls and a strike. Bouncing ball to Phillips. Brandon to a knee. And there's out number 2. Nice recovery by Vizcaino. Behind in the count 3-0. Got his man. 2 outs. And here's Galvis. Galvis has doubled in 3 trips. And his attempt to steal third base in the 7th inning, one of the key plays in this game.
And he did something fundamentally wrong in his attempt. Typically, you're going to try to steal third, you better have a walking lead and have your momentum going that way. He was flat-footed.
And Flowers with a perfect throw to Adonis Garcia, who caught the ball, laid it in front of the bag, and Galvis tagged himself out. And that was a fortunate break for Atlanta because Nava followed with a double that would have given the Phillies a lead. Right there, a strike. 1-1 your count. Dansby Swanson's going to lead off the 10th when we get there. Then a pinch hitter, then Ender Inciarte.
If that had been Joseph, he would have swung at it and reached first.
Two balls, one strike. Pretty breaking ball. Well, he's shown he can throw that for a strike this inning, and he's also got the upper 90s gas. Let's see what he comes up with a 2-2 count.
Too good a breaking ball there. How about taking him up the ladder? Fastball, see if he'll chase. Back foot slider. See Vizcaino's reaction. It's not where he wanted it. Again, a little too good a pitch. 2-2.
Seventh pitch of the at bat is coming up for Freddie Galvis. Cameron Rupp is on deck. Swing and a drive down the right field line, but into the seats.
I don't know what that was. If that was an attempt at a changeup at 90 and let her high. That's exactly what it was. It almost cost him.
Big league at bat. The Phillies shortstop, Freddie Galvis.
Freddie's guarding the line in case he pulls one down the line. I'd almost like to see Garcia doing the same thing at third base because Aroldis is throwing so hard. I'd hate to see him slice one down the line just because he was late.
No worries. A ball in the dirt, and Galvis swung over the top. Flowers with the peg to first, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the ninth inning. Free baseball in Philadelphia. 2-2 game. Great game tonight in Philadelphia. Brandon Phillips bailed out the Braves with a solo homer with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That's where we stand, 2-2, with extra inning ball coming up here in Philadelphia. All junior Braves become a member of the Braves Kids Club for just $25. As a Kids Club member, you'll get a Dansby Swanson jersey, a batting practice experience, and VIP access to Kids Run the Bases. That's right, all of that for just $25. Go to Braves.com/kids and become a member of the Braves Kids Club today.
Check out that ERA for Gomez at 11.8. Off to a very slow start. Low 90s fastball with a split finger pitch. Be a good time right here for Swanson to break out, get on, and get this inning started.
Remember last year when the Phillies got off to the great start after 41 games? Gomez was a big part of that. They were 24-17, and then the roof just caved in on them. In fact, for Jean-Mar, it really has been a rough ride. His last 8 1/3 innings, he's given up 20 earned runs. That's why he's not the de facto closer. And he's behind Dansby here. 2 balls and a strike. New outfield cornerman for the Phillies as Gomez readies for the 2-1 pitch. And it missed. Emilio Bonifacio's going to hit next. Rock Stassi's in left. Aaron Altair's moved to right. Saunders out of the game. And Jean-Mar Gomez in trouble. 3 balls and a strike. Ground ball. That's going to get through for Swanson. That away, kid. Go ahead run at first for Dansby Swanson and the Braves.
Good pitch count. Found a hole.
So Bonifacio will bat for Vizcaíno.
Third hard hit ball for him tonight. Hit one at second that was charged in error to Hernandez. Bonifacio couldn't get a bunt down the other night at home against the Nationals. Let's see if he can do it here.
Right guys at the right time for Atlanta. Swanson at first, Bonifacio in the box, then the top of the order coming up. There's the bunt, and it's going to be a beauty. The throw to first is close and in time, and they throw it away. Joseph threw the ball to third base thinking Swanson was going to take off. He never moved, and he threw it down the left field line, and Dansby's all the way around and standing at third base.
You know what, Chip? I think he thought Galvis going over to cover third was the base runner. I think he saw him running over there out of the corner of his eye, and that's when he just wheeled and fired, not knowing who it was. He thought it was Dansby. There's a bunt. Nobody covering third. So now watch Galvis take off, spin and throws. He thinks that's Galvis. He thinks that's Dansby running to third.
Wow.
And then it's, oh no. If he had not had to catch that ball and spin out of the way, he probably would have been able to recognize who the runner was, or wasn't.
So the mistakes for the Phillies really have piled up here in the last 4 innings. And a golden opportunity for the Braves to steal a lead here in the 10th. Go ahead run 90 feet away for Ender, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Infield in for the Phillies. 1 ball, no strikes. And a little dribbler is foul. It's an even count.
This guy's got a good split finger pitch, and he wants you to hit it on the ground, make him get the ball up, and hit a deep fly ball to center.
One ball, 1 strike. Jim Johnson getting ready for the bottom of the 10th. Two and two. Braves have liked what they've seen from Jeanmar Gomez. Last year he did save 4 games, but he gave up 11 earned runs in 8 1/3 innings to the Atlanta offense. His defense hasn't helped him here in the 10th. Another pop up. It's still 2 and 2.
Well, this is that at bat, that swing you take in batting practice early on. After you've put down a couple of bunts, you take a swing like on a hit and run, then you take a swing to get the guy over from second to third, and then you drive him in. This is that drive him in swing that you practice all the time in BP. See if Ender can hit one out of the infield.
He can't. Big second out. And the strikeouts piling up for Inciarte. That's 14 of them now. I think he struck out 68 times all last year. And Dansby still a third. Now 2 outs. Adonis is 0 for 4. He has struck out his last 2 times, and now the Philly infield can back up to normal depth. And how in the world did he get out of the way of that?
I don't know.
Braves were that close to having Freddie Freeman in the batter's box. 1 ball, no strikes. And he almost hit him again. Little tapper. Franco at third. Can't get it out of his glove. Bad throw. And the Braves take the lead. The Phillies got 2 of those last night and 1 finally. Atlanta catches a break. And they cash in the Joseph throwing error and Dansby Swanson's leadoff hit.
I mean, it's almost exactly like what the Phillies were able to put together last night. Having to throw on the run, way off the mark. Braves were due one like that.
The Braves put it in play. Something good happens. And Freddie Freeman will not be pitched to. The Phillies will intentionally walk him. First and second with Matt Kemp coming up. Atlanta 3, Phillies 2. Man, oh man. The Philadelphia mistakes have really hurt them. And tough luck for Jeanmar Gomez, who deserved a better fate from his defense behind him.
Well, it's another crucial mistake by Franco, who also committed one of those base running blunders. He's had a rough night.
So here's Matt Kemp. Matt's 1 for 4 tonight. A little insurance wouldn't hurt. Phillies have almost doubled their error total for the year in one game.
How about that?
They had 4 as a team. They have 3 tonight. Bouncing ball to third again. Franco's got it, loads up, and that one's in time to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 critical errors. The Chief, Jim Johnson, will try to nail down a 3-2 Atlanta lead next.
Transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves.
Well, we said earlier tonight the Phillies were trying to gift wrap this game for the Braves. Atlanta has taken advantage. They've cashed in 3 Philly errors and have scored 3 times tonight to lead 3-2. Jim Johnson will come on and face Rupp, Brock Stassi, and Cesar Hernandez.
Jim did not pitch at all in the Washington series. Braves never had an opportunity to get him in there for a save. His last 4 outings, he's collected 3 saves and a win. The win came against San Diego on the 17th.
So no drama in the 10th. Johnson versus Rupp to get it started. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Braves, 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors defensively for the Phillies, and a couple on the base paths that have cost them dearly too. And Jim with a first pitch strike.
He's done a good job on that first batter too, Chip. 6 first batters faced, 5 retired. And that wind is really whipping straight in the batter's face. Yeah, he did.
You're right. 0-2. That's way high. A ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty for Rupp. Swing and a miss. Johnson strikes out the Phillies catcher. And that brings up one of the great stories in the early days of Major League Baseball this year. This is Brock Stassi. He's the older brother of Max Stassi of the Astros. 27 years old, 6 years bouncing around the Phillies minor league system. And his brother Max put out a note when Brock found out he was going to the big leagues for the first time. He was cut in area code tryouts, didn't have a Division I offer until late in his senior year. Was told he wasn't good enough to hit in college, and then won a WAC batting title his senior year. Off-season substitute teacher, and he hits a line drive to right to represent the tying run. Sent to extended spring training at 22 years of age. Figured it out in the minors, earned his way on the Phillies team, and in his first look at the Atlanta Braves, he has a 10th inning pinch hit, or a 10th inning hit, I should say.
Yeah, I wish he'd save all those stories. I wish he would save all of his heroic stories for another series. But good for him. Perseverance.
So the Braves not out of the woods yet. Stassi at first for Cesar Hernandez, who's 1 for 4 and a run scored. Remember, this guy's an excellent bunter. He has excellent speed. And a shot off Johnson's glove. Phillips with a bare hand, can't corral it, and Stassi beats the rap at second base. Jim got a piece of that, and that gave Phillips a chance. But it's an infield hit for Hernandez, one of his specialties. And now the Phillies have the tying run in scoring position with 1 out.
I couldn't tell if this went off the glove of Phillips or the bare hand. Oh, it's his bare hand. He had time to, if he could get his glove to it, he had time to glove it and toss it. But I couldn't tell playing it live if it was glove or bare hand. He didn't know where the base runner was either.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Altair. He's doubled, scored, and walked. He also has a steal. One ball, no strikes. Good 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Hadn't pitched in 5 days and got off to a good start with a strikeout. Now all of a sudden he's in the suit.
To Dansby at short. Diving play, can't get it out of his glove, and everybody's safe. This is unbelievable. Back-to-back infield hits. And the Phillies have the bases loaded and only 1 out.
First of all, the play saved a run. And then I thought, oh my gosh, they might get 2 out of this. And then he just, as he's falling, he can't get a good grip on the baseball, and everybody's safe.
And now you have to face the Phillies' number 3 hitter, Odubel Herrera, who's 2 for 4 with an RBI tonight.
He's hit into 2 double plays, but he's tough to double up because he's quick out of the box. Atlanta will play back, hoping for a chance for a double play up the middle. Good pitch, good movement, good sinking action. Again, on what is a first pitch fastball hitter, they made a good pitch on him down and away.
Nothing in 1 for Herrera. That would have tied the game had it hit him.
Yeah, he might want to rethink that. Diving in, able to twist his leg out of the way, and a good stop there by Tyler. Obviously, Tyler Flowers can't allow one to get by him.
One ball, one strike. Flowers got a glove on that somehow. It's 2-1. A lucky stab by Flowers. And now it's 2-1.
Jim really needs to make a good pitch location wise here. He's got the count in his favor, Herrera, so he's going to be sitting on that fastball looking to hit it hard somewhere. Maybe you can get him to roll over something with some good movement on it. That was beautiful.
2-2.
He gave up on that pitch. That was a two-seamer that came back over the inside corner. That pitch tailing in.
Wow. Here's where Jim wants action. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded for the Phils. Pitch. He swings and misses and chased a terrible ball. Man, oh man, and the Phillies swinging at balls that are bouncing in front of the plate tonight. Look at that.
Look at that thing go down, though. It was hard. I mean, in live action, you see how hard that breaking ball was. He had committed to swing and couldn't quit.
So one more out to get, and it's Michael Franco, the cleanup man.
With the wind blowing in, Ender's asking the bench if they want him to come in some.
Just missed. Stassi represents the tying run at third. Hernandez can fly. He's at second. Altair at first. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. Driven to right. Markakis back. Still going. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. And the Phillies walk off in the 10th inning.
The guy who had made 2 huge mistakes tonight, one throwing error, one base running mistake, finally took a ball to right field.
The wind was howling in, and Markakis saw it sail over his head. And the Phillies have won the game. They've won the series. The Braves fall in another 1-run affair by a final of 4-3 in 10 innings. And Atlanta will try to salvage Game 3 here tomorrow behind Mike Fultonevich. Heartbreaking loss for the Braves. 4-3 your final. Stay tuned. Joe and I will step aside for a moment. Jerome and BJ will have Braves Live presented by Xfinity after this.